Hi everyone, it's Jill Lancet. How are you? What if I told you you could get 4 cards from one piece of 6x6 designer series paper plus some scraps? Would you believe me? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I think what we'll do first is just show you the items and where they are in the catalogue, because I'm using also some ephemera packs as well. Now, you know that we've got Celebration on at the moment. It ends on the 28th of February. You've got oodles of time, but you can earn free stuff. You want to see that, have a look in my online store. The terms and conditions are there as well. So yeah, okay, that's if you're in Australia. Okay, now in the mini catalogue, this is the mini catalogue. It came out on the 7th of January. I nearly said June. It would be well and truly over by June, but it ends in April. So there's some new ephemera packs, and they are on page 13 in this new mini catalogue. Now I'm going to use some from the birthday treats, the Celebrate Love, and this Greetings for All. It's got all sorts of greetings in it. Fantastic. These little things are fantastic. If you need a card in a hurry, these are really, really good. So that's those ephemera packs. The other ephemera packs are from the annual catalogue, and they are here on page 19. So I'm going to use something from Saying Something, Something for Everything, and Fully Flowering. I've taken one. No, I don't think I did use Saying Something. Crikey. Yeah, maybe I need a drink, I don't know. Anyway, I will put all the details below, so don't worry. We're also going to be using probably one of the greatest hidden little products in this catalogue, and they are these assortment packs. Now, you can get them. They're 6x6 designer papers, and there's 4 designs to choose from. And they come in a family, a colour family. These ones are the subtles. So I'm using the subtles, and I'm also using the neutrals. Now the neutrals are on page 138. The subtles are on page 135. All the details will be below, the item numbers, etc. So I'm using this one piece of 6x6 paper, and I've got all the bits and pieces here ready to go. So I saw this on Lisa Curcio on her YouTube channel. Brilliant demonstrator from the US, and it wasn't something new. It's been around for quite a while, but you know what, we did these in my classes this month, and I have some very, very beginners in my classes, and I just wanted to simplify it even further. So rather than having measurements and then trying to piece these things together, yeah, I'll show you what I did, and it almost works out exactly the same. I mean, the angle might be a little bit different, but gosh, for ease of you do have a couple of scraps, but you know what? Doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is take my paper trimmer, and I'm going to put my 6x6 paper. Now, normally this technique requires you to measure an inch, turn this around, measure an inch, turn this around, measure it an inch, turn it around and measure another inch. Then you cut that inch to that inch, and you're left with these 2 odd-sized, well, they're not triangles, they're more like parallelograms or something. I failed geography. Geometry. Geometry. Sounds like I failed geography too. But then you've got to put those two pieces back together, like turn them around and then put them in here, make sure they're all together, and then cut them again. And I thought, oh, you know, my people might have a bit of trouble with that, given that some of them are very, very, very beginners. So I just simplified it. So what I did was and I hope you can see this, I'm pretty sure you can. I've just put that point and this point in the track, and I've simply cut that. Now, when it comes to these pointy bits, I always like to lift my blade up, say start in the middle, and then go back away from the point, because sometimes you can actually wrinkle them, crinkle them, and even tear them. So now I have two actual triangles. So I'm going to pop those two together. I'm going to put the long side up against my guide here, and I'm simply going to line up the point in the track. Now this is way easier than trying to put the two pieces of paper together, in my opinion. Okay, now if you're a seasoned card maker, it wouldn't be an issue, but when you are trying to teach a class full of people that are at all different levels, I just thought in advance this is going to be tricky for some of them, so I've simplified it. So now that I have that straight edge, both of these triangles are together, the straight edge is up against there, and I have my point in the track, I'm going to go from top to bottom and create 4 triangles. Now the only issue with this, and it was the same thing with the way Lisa Curcio did it, was if you had paper that was directional, you might have a problem, but I don't think we're going to have a problem. I'm using this striped side. We are going to put these cards together, and you are going to see just how quickly this is. So there's my 4 triangles. Now I have everything in this little box here. So I'm really organized tonight. I don't know what happened. I don't know either. Now, what I've done here is I have a scrap of the same pack. This one is in Calypso Coral. I chose this from one of the ephemera packs. It's just a little rainbow. This is a sentiment from one of the ephemera packs, and a little scrap. This is about 1/2 centimetre. Now, in Imperial, that is, gosh, let me see, it's just under 1/4 inch, 3/16. These were scraps, so yeah, I'm going to use them. Now I'm putting this straight onto the card front. Now I'm not going to stamp inside these, but you could put these together and leave the sentiment inside for when you want them. You can handwrite your own messages in there, and in class we put them on a panel of basic white before we made them. But one of the ladies, hi Tess, she accidentally glued it straight onto her card, and I just thought it would be easier for them to do it onto the panel, and she put it straight onto the card, and I went, that is saving a layer. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to take my triangle, and this is going to go on down the spine of the card. Okay, there is my fold. There is my fold, and I'm going to glue that straight onto my card. Now I want that to go up about 2 centimeters. Now 2 centimeters in inches is about 3/4 inch maybe. Okay, so look, just eyeball it if you don't want to measure it, but I have got my little my little ruler down here. It's about 2 centimetres. Now that's going on there like that. This is a right angle. Okay, this is how we cut our square into 4 triangles, and these are the outside edges. This is the outside edge of our original 6 by 6. So this is now a right angle, and I'm going to glue that on with that space at the bottom. It's about 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimetres. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some liquid glue on here, and I don't want to glue right up to the back, to the top, so I will put a little bead of glue on the top there, and then the rest I will put on my triangle, because I don't know how far up this is going to go. Okay, so about 2 centimetres. I'm lining it up with the fold of the card. Now, because I'm using liquid glue, I can sort of wriggle that around. Now, if you're worried about that getting straight, place the card fold side down on your table and push your paper. It will then line up beautifully with the edge of that. So yeah, I want about that much hanging over. So if you can see that, okay? Don't panic. Don't panic. Now this is a scrap. This is a scrap. So I'm actually going to pop that on there. Now, right angles against right angles. So if your scrap's got a bit, like this is a bit wonky, if you can see that, that's a bit wonky because it's a scrap. Make sure you've got a straight right angle that you can pop against that right angle. And yes, it is going to hang over the card. So we're going to do that again. I want to put some glue down here. I want to put some glue across here and just down there a bit. And I'm going to lay this on here, just like that. I'm butting it up against the edge, right there against the edge. And I want to make sure that that's a straight line. So now I'm going to give that just a second. These are the quickest cards. I know I say that. I know I do say that every time, but they really are quick. So with my little strip, now that could be 1/2 inch, whatever the scrap is that you have. Now I can pop that on the blue side, I can pop it on the Calypso Coral side, I can pop it straight over both of them if I want to, but whatever I do, I want my straight edge to line up with my straight edge. Okay, so I'm going to pop a bit of glue on this, just a little bit. We don't want this oozing out everywhere. And I think I will have it on the blue side. So I'm going to line it up with the join. It makes it a lot easier if you can line it up with the join. And there we go. Now I want that to dry, and I'm going to cut that off. Now you can either use scissors or you can use a little guillotine. Now I will actually use a little guillotine, because saying I will use it, I mean everybody knows how to use scissors, right? But if you aren't sure of how to use this little guillotine, let me show you. So I'm going to line the straight edge of the card up against there, like we do with all of those. I'm then going to line this edge up with where it will cut. And I've trimmed that off. Look, Gonski. Now this side, I'm doing it exactly the same way. I'm going to line the straight edge up there with the straight edge. I'm actually going to put my finger down here. Don't run it down because that edge is actually quite sharp. So I'm just feeling for my paper to be in the right spot. Now if it happens to trim off anything, it'll trim off the whole length of that card. How perfect is that? I ask you. Now we've got some more scraps. We can use those later. If they're too small, please throw them out, because they just create they seriously just create issues for you sometimes. So here we go. Look at that. We've done that. Now I've got my little rainbow, and I'm going to pop that up there like that. I'm going to glue this one on flat down. Now this, oh happy day, this could be for any occasion. I just randomly picked this piece out of the ephemera pack, and yeah, these are not things that I would normally use. Now I'm just going to pop that down there like that. Now, to my way of thinking, I don't want that blue peeking through there. You may want that, but yeah, I don't want that. And I do want to make sure that I've got this kind of lined up straight. I don't know where my T-ruler is. I still haven't found it. It won't be too far away. There we go. That looks reasonably straight to me. Now I'm going to pop this up. Now what I'm trying to do is make sure something is on all of the parts. Now that, in good design, that ties them all in, you know. So we'll just pop that up on some dimensionals. I have some here. And you don't have to put these up on dimensionals if you don't want to. I am, obviously, because here I am doing it. Oh my goodness, it's late in the day, guys. It's late in the day. And yeah, there we go. Look at that. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to peel those off and place that down. Now these papers, they are really great to have in your stash. So I'm going to pop that there like that. Oh, happy day. And then I found these in my stash. Now these are probably very old. I don't even know how old they are. But you know what? There's a blue in there and there's a Calypso coral. So I'm going to use them. I'm going to pop probably some blue ones onto the Calypso coral area. Oops. Now, you know, I've got these things. I paid for them. They might not be 100% current, but as with Stampin' Up, generally you'll be able to match that to something that is current. Well, that was a drama, just getting that one on. Oh, I'm tired now. So down here, I think I will do the Calypso coral one. I think I'll put one there. And I think I'll put another one there, and then another small one up here next to the message. Now we've got this focal image here. We've got this beautiful, this is scrap, we're going to throw it out. That was scrap, we're going to throw it out. And we've used 1/4 of a 6x6 piece of cardstock, designer series paper. So there's card number 1. Okay, now card number 2. Now this to me, it makes me think of blokes. Okay, so I'm going to use yet another piece of the I think it's Balmy Blue. I think it's Balmy Blue, but I'm pairing it with a piece from the ephemera pack, which is the cake, which looks all the world to me like Balmy Blue and early espresso. I found a little ephemera happy birthday thing in there, and I've got these neutrals. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Now you'll notice that the stripes this time are going to go vertically. That's because we've turned our paper around. Okay, so we want to go up about 2 centimeters. That's about 2 centimeters. You know, as long as your scrap is wide enough to fill that space. Now, okay, let's have a look. I've got this long scrap here. So I've gone up 2 centimetres. Say my scrap is not wide enough. I can either come down a bit or I can go up further to accommodate my scrap, okay? But 2 centimetres seems to be around about the correct distance for the scraps that I've got, because of course I've checked them. Of course I have. Now, of course, you can turn this around and use the reverse side of it if you wanted to. I've tended to use patterned paper that will kind of go with the stripes. Now, again, we're going to have that piece hanging over. I've used liquid glue. I want to line that up with the edge of the card. Give that a second to just connect. And then I've got my little scrap of the early espresso here. So I can pop a bit of glue on here. I can pop some there and some there. I know that is going to glue all sides. So again, I want to line this up with this edge and with this edge. Now, you'll notice that the right angle is the one that we're putting on the card. We're putting that straight edge up against the straight edge on the card. So now we can actually trim this off, but I've just put some glue on there. I've gotten that glue everywhere, so I'm just going to wipe that off and just give that a second. Okay, now I'm going to actually cut that with my little guillotine again, because I can't cut straight to save my life. So under we go again, lining the straight edge up to there, the straight edge up to there. You could do this with your paper trimmer. Just make sure that your card sits in the track. And I like guillotines. I like my paper trimmer. I love my paper trimmer. It's really great for doing small increments. Look, there we go. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've got another scrap here that I can use on another card. Okay, now this one here, I've chosen the happy birthday cake. I think I will actually... Now, the reason I chose it like this is because I wanted the blue underneath the dark brown. I'm going to put my greeting up here somehow. I might... I think I might do the same thing. I'll pop up the greeting, but we've got to put our little... I forgot. We've got to put our little piece of black on there. Or do we? You know what? I'm changing it up. I don't think so. I don't think we need it. So I'm going to pop that there like that. So I want that to be sort of like about there. I'm going to glue this one flat. Ooh, rebel with a cause. No black stripe. Oh my goodness. Dear, oh dear. Okay, so I want that about there. I want it down a little bit, and you know, quick cards made easy. So I will pop that up there like that. So that's going up on some dimensionals. I think probably 1, 2, and maybe 2 half pieces. One there, one there. Oops. Okie dokie, take them off. Now I had a couple of choices for embellishments with this one. I was going to use, let me see if I've still got them handy. Hang on. Hold your horses, honey. Crikey. You realise I'm rifling through my embellishments box at the moment. Nope, can't see them. Can't see them. I was going to use those ones that look like little marshmallows that came with the Latte Love, but yeah, now I can't find them, of course. now that I want to talk about them. Now I'm going to pop that one there. Now it's going in that focal point area, and I just skewiffed that. I like it, but I was going to use them, and then I found these, and I thought, oh, they look like chocolate, don't they? They do indeed look like chocolate. So we'll just pop them around here, around the cake. We'll put one, obviously, we'll put one here where it says happy birthday. No, we'll pop that one there. I'll put a big one under here like that. And we'll have a couple down here. Just like that. And I think one more. I think we do need one more, don't we? Yep. We'll pop another big one up here. There we go. Oh, I always feel awkward putting those on, but anyway, it's done now. So there's, I would say that could be a blokey card. What do you think? Card number 2. Done. Now, card number 3, I still had another piece of Calypso coral scrap left over, and I found this gorgeous, gorgeous flower in that fully flowering ephemera pack. This we will use the little black strip, I think, and I'll show you a different way you can use that. Isn't that beautiful? So I've got my piece of Balmy Blue. That's going on there again. Okay, that is going on there like that. So glue, liquid glue. Now you could change up the layout of this. I seem to always put it in the same layout. I don't know whether that's one side of my brain taking over the other side of the brain, but up about 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch, I'm just going to make sure that that is straight. And then I'm going to pop my piece of Calypso coral on here, right angle to right angle. So, yep. Right angle to right angle. I'm just going to show you just a little bit of a different take on this. And that is to put a piece of black this way, but obviously this piece is not long enough, so we might separate this, and I'll show you how to do a tricky little thing like that. If your scrap is not long enough, figure out where you're going to pop this down and hide your join underneath it. Okay, just like that. Let's see. Right, so I'll put a bead of glue just along here. I think that's probably the easiest way to do this. So effectively the card is the same. It's just got a little bit of a different orientation on that. So I know my flower is going to go somewhere in the middle there, and I will be trimming these off, no worries whatsoever. Okay, let's give that just a little minute. Now they're not the same width, but you know what? Nobody will even notice that. I can assure you of that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is with scissors, I'm just going to snip that off, okay? So I lay the top of my scissors along the edge and snip from the bottom. And I'm going to trim this again with my paper guillotine, my little mini guillotine. So bear with me. Lining those up, making sure it's square. Making sure it's square is the most important aspect of this when you're cutting it, okay? Make sure it's square. And oh, beautiful. Straight onto the card. And that's the bit that was a happy accident. And thank you, Tess, for that. Now, I've got a bit of a spare piece. I might be able to use that. I might be able to use it this way. We'll keep that in the stash. I think this one will go up onto, this time this one will go up onto some dimensionals. Let's pop that up just to make it, again, a little bit different than the others. Of course, if you want to save on dimensionals, then you're going to use far less by popping the greeting up than you are popping this up. But, you know, totally up to you. Right. And so I'm going to get that in place now before I put the greeting on. Hang on. Hold your horses, honey, because this is going to take just a quick minute. Oops. Right. Okie doke. Isn't that beautiful? Is that not? Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a piece of this ribbon down. Now, what I want to do is I want to just trim those off. Hang on. Let me just trim them off. And I want to pop this under here like that. Somewhere like that. Gosh, I nearly forgot. I nearly forgot. So let's have a look. I think that looks gorgeous. I think that looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pop our best wishes up here. And I'm just going to glue that one down. So I've done it opposite to the others. I mean, the basic of this card, they're all the same. But what you do with it next is totally up to you. So I think I'd like to have the W and the T follow on in that diagonal. Just to, you know, create that bit of... Oh, I think that might be my favourite. Now, again, we've got some of these beautiful Calypso coral, and I don't know what they are. What are they? Crikey. Yeah, for some reason or other, I'm having an awful lot of trouble with this tonight. Never mind. There we go. Okay, so we will put some Calypso coral ones around. I might pop one there. Might pop one just down here. And another big one over here. So we've got another beautiful card. Now, Best Wishes covers a lot of celebrations. So there we go. We're on to the last one, guys. I don't know how long we've been doing this, but here we are at the last one. And this one I'm making as a Mother's Day card. Now, I have my same piece. I'm going to glue it on, same distance, 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch. I'm making sure that the right angle goes in the center of the card, so to speak, and that long edge goes down the long edge of the card. So there we go. So I'm just going to make sure that that's lined up. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I've got my little scrap here, and it fits just perfectly up there. So we're going to do that again. Just glue that on there. Very, very easy. Using up your scraps. Of course, if you didn't have the greetings, make your own. Use little scraps of your basic white that you have. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different. I'm using some of the beautiful ephemera from the, what's it called? Celebrate Love. So I think I'll pop that there like that. We might have that like that. Oh, we need this. We need our piece of black. And this is the scrap from the piece I just chopped off the last card. So yeah, you can use them over and over again. Don't throw this bit out. There we go, look at that. Okay, that's going on there. Lining that up with this edge here. We're going to trim that off. Okay, so we'll do that again. Now, you could put that in there, but you've got nothing to line it up with. You could do it from the back if you wanted to. I don't know. This is the way I'm doing it. So you'll find your own way. And if you're good with scissors, then yeah, you wouldn't have an issue with this. But yeah, there we go. Look at this. We're steaming through now. Okay, now where was I? Right, I was going to use this beautiful little bit of a lattice. So I want that somewhere there. I want Mother's Day on top of it. I think I'm going to have to chop this one off. I think this one's going to be a little bit too big. So let's just chop that in half and see if we can use it like that. Okay, I think I'm going to glue those two down the way I want them. And look, you really don't need a terrible lot of glue. In fact, I'm only going to put a bit of glue in the middle of this one, just to secure it, because we're going to pop that greeting over the top of it. So I'm going to go about there, I think. Now, I'm totally flying by the seat of my pants with this one. And I might have to trim this just a little bit more. We'll see. We'll just see. Okay, I'm going to glue it there. Just going to pop a bit of glue down there like that. I think that looks good. Okay, now I can arrange my little Happy Mother's Day to cover that. I might actually cut another little bit of that off. Just hang on. There we go. Let's just see. And I'll put this one here. I'm going to pop that one up. So we might glue that down now. And we'll pop this one up, I think, just like that. There we go. Where's the thingos? Where are they? Here they are. Welcome to my scatty brain where I can't think and do something at the same time. Okay, look at that. How gorgeous is that? Happy Mother's Day. Now, I thought I'd use these beautiful sequins here. How gorgeous are they? Beautiful. Now, I could put another piece of ribbon under there if I wanted to. I didn't get a piece out, but let's have a look. Maybe we can just pop a little bit under. Let's just cut these and see if we can pop that under there before it all dries. Yep, I think we'll be able to do that. But I'm going to put a glue dot on that. Just bear with me while I get one. Sorry, they're over here, guys. Now, glue dot. I just want to close it. So that it's closed in half the way I want it to go. So I kind of want it to go like that. And then I'll actually pop it up under there, because I can trim those off if I wish. Yep, I think so. So another glue dot on the end of that. That's brilliant. Okay, let's have a look here. I'll lift this up and I'll slide that under there, just like that. And how beautiful is that? How gorgeous is that? And now these beautiful, beautiful sequins. Let's have a look. I think pop one there. One down here. What's going on with this thing? I think the heat's getting to it as well. Okie doke. Right. So I've got one there, one there, one there, and I think we'll just pop a little one tucked away in here somewhere. Oh my goodness, look at that. How beautiful. And we've got another little bit that we can use for something else. So let's have a look at these 4 cards. Let's have a look at the simplicity of this. And 41 minutes and we've made 4 cards. How beautiful. I hope you can see them all there. 4 cards from one piece of designer series paper. The common piece is the beautiful balmy blue. I'm sure it's balmy blue. And then I've used scraps, ephemera, bada bing, bada boom. 4 cards. Let's have a look at them close up. How gorgeous. Oh, happy day. That could be anything. Happy birthday. That looks blokey to me. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. This ribbon sets that off so beautifully. You could use any embellishments you like. And of course, happy Mother's Day. I picked up the blue and that, I think it's fresh freesia from the ephemera. And that's where it all started. How gorgeous. Let me know what you think about that. These are the cards. These are not the cards we made in class, but the technique, the same basic base of the card is exactly the same, but I've just made 4 entirely different ones and they were rather quick. So thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me tonight. Thank you to all the recent subscribers. I really do appreciate your viewing my channel. And yeah, stay safe, stay kind, and hooray. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye.